When is the ideal time for a young person to start lifting weights, and what would be the time frame for them to build an awesome physique? That's what we're going to cover in this video. But before we go there, click the subscribe button below, because on this channel you're going to learn how to build a strong, healthy, high-performing physique of a seven-figure entrepreneur without starvation, cardio, cutting out carbs on it, or any other bullshit that this industry is built on. What is up, guys? Welcome. This is Coach Amir from sevenfigurebody.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about a topic that is really near and dear to my heart because I am a father. My baby boy is 3.5 years old. The other day I was talking to a friend of mine who just had a baby boy a couple months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and we were talking. So he basically asked me, what is the best time for a young person, whether they be a girl or baby boy, teenager, to start lifting weights? And this is a great question because almost nobody, at least that I know, kind of follows this ideal trajectory. And we know what that could be. And here's what it is, by the way. I've said many times before that it takes about 4 to 5 years of proper lifting in order to maximize your maximum, go to the max of your genetic potential for building muscle. 4 to 5 years from scratch. So what does that mean? This means post-puberty years. So if you look at, for most boys, I think like 15, 16, maybe the latest 17 is when the puberty is really over. And then after that, for the rest of their lives, most men can build about 40 to 50 pounds of muscle. That takes about 4 to 5 years of proper lifting. Yes, for some people it may take a little bit less. For most, it'll take longer because nobody does it perfectly. Like, here's the great training plan to have a great form. It never works like that. How it normally works is, for example, for yours truly, I spent 20 years plus in the gym. First 10 years was basically, I was dabbling with the, beginner stage. Of course, not knowing anything. This was way before internet, way before, anything. We didn't basically know anything. It was a buddy of mine and we would just go and lift weights until we basically break something, meaning, like, oh my God, my back hurts, my elbow hurts. Like, we do things wrong until we figure out, oh, okay, this is probably not the way to do it. And then probably for the first several years, we were doing, like chest and back, and that's it. Like, we did nothing else, like no shoulders, no legs, no nothing, right? Because we didn't know any better. We were kids. We were basically 14 years old when I started going to the gym because I was a fat kid, just to try to lose weight. So what is the ideal way to do this? So let's say post-puberty. So let's say if you have a boy, you are a father, and your boy is either 16 years old now or he's younger, and then you wait until then. By the way, can kids younger than that start lifting weights? Yes. I just would not put 100 pounds or 200 pounds or whatever on a 12-year-old kid. I would not do that. I would simply have them do, can they still exercise and work out? Yes, but I would have them mostly do body weight stuff and some maybe light free weights, totally, no problem at all. But would I be putting, 200 pounds on a 12, 13-year-old boy? No, I would not. Even though we know that one thing that really helps their growth is actually that stimulates growth and stimulates their bones being stronger and developing more is actually lifting weights, right? So it's a myth that, if you put heavy weight on a child, it's going to stunt their growth. It does not. It's a total myth. Still, they're developing, and there's simply no need to, be putting a lot of weight on basically a child. So at the time when they are, let's say 16 years old, that's when, so my baby boy is 3.5, when he's 16, however many, 12, 13 years from now, I will take him to the gym, teach him how to do everything perfectly. It's going to take a couple of months to absolutely perfect everything. And then 4 years later, let's say, so when he's 20 years old, he will have an absolutely maximized physique. He will have built all the muscle that he can naturally build, of course, without steroids or any of that crap. Just naturally, whatever genetic potential he has, is going to tap into all of it. And it's going to be, fully, if you will, meet his full potential, right? He really will meet his full muscular genetic potential by the time when he's 20, let's say 21. And, I always say with proper care, an average human can live to 100 years. I believe that fully. So from 20 to 100, he gets to benefit from that for the next 80 years. Which is amazing. For most of us, as I said, it didn't work out that way. My first 10 years of lifting, probably I could have get better result in like 6 months. Like if I took somebody now at 17, 18 years old, 6 months, with proper training, I can get better results for them than I did for myself in the first 10 years because we had no clue what we were doing, right? So there are things that we can do here that speed up the process, and it simply means doing everything properly from the get-go. So somebody who's never lifted before starts by learning the perfect form, executing fundamental movements in a perfect, close to textbook, perfect form as possible way. So that's what they initially should focus the first 6 to 12 months on. Absolutely perfecting the form, perfecting the tempo, and realizing what is the mind-muscle connection. Learning when when you contract the chest, what does that mean? Are you feeling that muscle? When you contract the the lats, when you contract the glutes, the hamstrings, whatever muscle group we're training, we need to feel that. These should be the 3 things that beginners focus on. Number 1, form. Number 2, tempo and proper breathing. And number 3, feeling mind-muscle connection, which is going to come a bit later in that beginner stage. Once they have this, and then training programs just need to be absolutely fundamental, 2 to 3 times a week, more than enough. Full body, 2 to 3 times a week is going to be more than enough. So this is what I would suggest this is what I'm going to do with my baby boy, what I suggest to my clients that they do with their kids. This is what I suggest to anybody, regardless of your age. If you are now, 38 or 48 and you've never lifted weights, nothing changes here. You still do these fundamentals just like you would in the quote-unquote perfect time. There's never perfect for anything, but ideally, if you look at a trajectory of somebody's life, if they wanted to, of course, if they wanted to, right? If you don't want to, then it doesn't matter. None of this matters. But let's say you said, hey, I have a child and I really want to. This, by the way, same exact thing goes for women and for girls. Same exact thing. Even though they do get out of puberty a little bit earlier, still like 15, 16, probably anywhere 16, 17, I think is the ideal time for both men and women to start going to the gym. Again, if that is their goal, they actually want to build the best physique they can, and they just benefit from that for the rest of their lives, which I think is amazing because you not only look great, but you are absolutely the strongest, fittest, healthiest, highest energy, highest performance of anything you will get in life starts from your body. So if you are in a great shape, like really, really like bursting of energy, you're like, I'm like an Energizer bunny, I have energy all day long. What do you think, going to their jobs, to their entrepreneurial careers, to their relationships, to anything they want to pursue, the more energy and in better shape they are, the better and more of that they will get and achieve. So anyways, hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about this, please post them in the comments below. This is a really, really interesting topic that I feel like if I knew back then, 20 years ago, 25 years ago almost, when I was starting out, if I knew any of this, yeah, a lot of things would be different. Certainly, I would not be, fat for the next 6 years of being in triangle or whatever. I would not, waste 10 years in the gym without almost any results, yada, 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 right? Things could have been done better, but of course, shoulda, woulda, coulda, doesn't matter. What matters is here's the knowledge and experience that I have now that I can pass on to my child, you can pass to your child. If you have a friend or somebody who has, a young teenager, you can share this video with them and then they can see if, again, of course, all of this, if that is the goal of the parent and the actual, teenager to build the maximal physique, this is the ideal way to do it. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the subscribe button and the like and share button below. Also, if you like this video, you're gonna love the free training that I have for you. If you click in the description below, you'll get an absolutely free A to Z process that I've used to transform not only myself, but 1,200 clients in the last 14 going into the 15th year of my career. I've never done anything else in my life other than being a coach. This is really what my life is about. And that whole process, A to Z on how to do it, I'm giving you a completely free video on how to do all of this for yourself, whether you want to do it with me, on your own, or with somebody else. This process is going to help you. So please click the description below. Also, I'm going to give you an absolutely free digital version of my book that is being sold on Amazon right now for 25 bucks. This book, you get a digital version for free when you click that and give us your email address so we know where to send it. So please click the description below, go to that video, check it out, read the free book as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.